But we've got some other semifinal action to take care of here, and Karam, I think you've got a pretty good lineup there, don't you?
Certainly have. Thank you, David, for brilliant coverage there of the semi-finals in the men's épée. But coming up here very soon in the Boc Arena, it's time for the women's foil semi-finals, and it is a fabulous lineup. We've got a returning superstar in Elisa Di Francesca, one half of the draw up against Ina Deraglatsova, the form fencer this year. And the other half, Ariana Errigo, maintains her high ranking of 4 in the world, and she goes up against surprise package Pauline Ranvier of France. It's a beautiful arena here. The video wall has played its part in making it look spectacular.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is time for the 2 semi-final games in women's foil individual competition.
So here we go. It's time for the women's foil semi-final at the 2019 Fencing World Championships. We're here in a historical heartland for fencing in Budapest. Hungary, known for its love of the sport, and it's putting on a really special show here for this all-important World Championships. It's time for the FIE World Fencing Championships individual women's foil semi-finals.
Silver medalist in team and this year's Euro, silver medalist in World Cup in France. From France, please welcome Pauline Ranvier.
So it's 25-year-old French fencer Pauline Ranvier. She goes up against the 31-year-old world number 4 Ariana Errigo of Italy. The second semi-final features a superstar of the sport, poster girl Elisa Di Francesca, 36 years old, number 5 in the world, picked up gold at the Olympic Games in 2012 and a silver in 2016, and she is up against the form fencer this season, Russia's Ina Deraglatsova. She's 29 years old, and she came into this tournament as the world number 2. Our referee contingent: Willem Madder, Andrei Witkowski, Florin Jorge and Kelly Kohler.
Please start the preparation for the first semi-final game.
So the wait is over. The athletes have been presented to the crowd here, and it's pretty packed out in the Boc Arena. Here's their route to this stage. Ranvier coming through Ueno, and Errigo actually having a real tight one with Kiefer before pulling away. Di Francesca saw off Xingxing Huo, who had a fabulous day herself, and it was Deraglatsova who took out her teammate Zagadalina. Well, here they are. The stats speak for themselves. The world number 4, Ariana Errigo, is up against the world number 33. This season, Errigo has picked up 2 bronze medals in Shanghai at the Grand Prix and Algiers at the World Cup, and 2 5th places at World Cups. It's been an interesting season for the MBA student Pauline Ranvier. A 5th in Katowice and 12th in Algiers was a great start to the season, but we haven't seen much more from her until this championships. How will the French fencer handle Ariana Errigo, known as Tsunari, a play on the word tsunami? So here we go. Willem Madder will referee the first semi-final of the women's foil here in Budapest. Errigo on your left, up against Ranvier on your right. Joining me in the commentary box, foil expert Sean Walton. Sean, what a match this is.
Yeah, it's been a tremendous day for Ranvier, by far the biggest result of the season for her, and probably almost certainly the biggest result for her ever, really, as an individual, and a relatively lowly ranking, but yeah, going great, and we'll fancy her chances of going even further.
Yeah, absolutely. She would have taken this at the beginning of the day for sure. She's got one World Cup silver medal in her career, but it was that brilliant start to the season, 5th in Katowice, 12th in Algiers, that suggested something was bubbling up with Pauline Ronvier, but she's up against Ariana Errigo. 21 Grand Prix medals, 32 World Cup medals, 7 world medals, including 2 gold medals. One was in Kazan in 2016. Guess where the other one was, Sean?
Here in 2013.
you know your stuff. 6 zonal medals, and the London 2012 silver medalist Sunari is, well, she's been absolutely superb today. Great match against Lee Kiefer, a tough quarter-final for the pair of them.
Yeah, it certainly was. It was a really interesting match-up, and a tremendous battle at high speed as well. Got through it in no time at all.
And Ronvier obviously has been watching that. She would have known what was coming her way.
Yeah, I think everyone's familiar with Ariana Errigo's style. She likes to dominate the piece. She likes to force her opponent back, keep the pressure on. Got a beautiful, fluent attack once she gets it going. And the job of her opponent often is to try and break that down, stop her getting going, and that's exactly what Ronvier is trying to do here. Yeah,
she's come in with a very good game plan here. Little attack into preparation, righty against lefty as well, so she's using a cease block out to close out the end of the attack.
Yeah, I mean, there's the variety of ways you can try and cope with Errigo, but going backwards is generally not the way to do it. And Ronvier seems determined to keep things happening in the middle of the piste, which is going to give her the best chance. And it's working well for her so far. Now, this is risky, though, letting herself being driven to the back of the piste.
But she goes for a nice little parry-riposte cart, but hits the arm and goes off target. She's just going to test that. This is foil, and foil is a point weapon. You've got to hit with the tip of the sword. The target area is the body, the torso, everything apart from the arms, legs and head, and the referee's job is to decide whose turn it is to attack. If you're being attacked, you can do 2 things to defend yourself: run away or block, and that's called a parry. It's a little bit more complicated than that, Sean, but I'm sure we don't need to go into the full details of counter-attacks and all that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, we've got a limited amount of time to give a quick explanation of the rules and conventions of the weapon. Great start from Ronvier.
Really good.
The question is, can she keep it up? She's got an early lead. She's kept the pressure on Errigo's preparation.
Errigo's preparation included painting her nails red, white and green.
Very patriotic.
Errigo's coach looking on there, not looking very happy at all. Does the attack go through?
No, I don't think so. Successful parry across from Errigo.
Close one though, wasn't it?
Yeah, just got the parry in there in time.
Still pressing, still beating the blade, Errigo. But the first one is no for me on the riposte from Ronvier.
Yeah, exactly. A nice counter parry riposte there from Errigo. And the gap closes.
Yeah, Errigo just taking a little bit more time over setting this up. So Ronvier says, enough's enough, I'm coming after you.
Yeah, beautifully timed from Ronvier. Genuine surprise there. Very few people will take the gamble of diving straight in there from the word go against Errigo. But
if you watch that first step on the replay, it's eyes open. She's seeing what Errigo's doing, and then she says, right, I'm coming after you. Ronvier has had a cracking start to this match. Went for a beat attack on the sword arm side and missed. Oh, that is really, really good from Errigo.
Yeah, even with the more limited space that Ronvier is giving her, managed to find a way to land her attack.
Right on the shoulder.
Picking it off on the very edge of the target.
Didn't set that one up very well. There's a little edginess to Erigo's approach here. I think probably because of what you're saying. Ranvier's closed the distance of the piece down.
Yeah, it's not sort of nervousness in Erigo's part on its own. It's a pressure that's being created by Ranvier.
Blinding opportunity for her, Ranvier, and she's keeping hold of that chance. Now, this is the danger of going running in and then changing your mind against Erigo. She can change direction very, very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, certainly while we probably think of Erigo as being an attacking fencer, and that's what stands out about her style, she's got a really solid defence as well, and you can't afford to just throw yourself in there without giving it a bit of thought.
Another approach from Ranvier. This time she did go racing in. The counter-attack lands, and Ranvier's come out of that with a accidental guard to the face. Hit the mask. It does smart, but she'll be all right. Complete accident, of course.
Yeah, no vicious intent behind it, and really it's down to a sort of determination to drive that hand forward.
Yeah.
Block the blade out in the process, and it is a really solid collision. That must have hurt.
Yeah, she's up and running now. This is a replay of just giving her head a little rub. 7-6 halfway through the period here, and in fact Ranvier's just levelled up, brave enough to go for another attack off the line again.
Yeah, Ranvier making the sort of attack and preparation that Erigo hit her with just a few moments ago.
Real conversation between the blades there. Ranvier coming out with an off-target light, so no hits. Ooh, that was close. She's now having to sort of almost set the distance with a sword arm.
Yeah, the distance is short, and that's the way Ranvier is going to want it, to give her the opportunity to make that kind of closing, blocking counter-attack.
Yep.
And it's really how Erigo deals with that, adjusts her distance and timing on the attack to get it to land. Doesn't manage at that time, but she'll be looking to make further minor adjustments till she gets it right.
Well, I think we're going to start seeing some carte coupe fixed to chest from Erigo, because going round to the sword arm side of Ranvier is getting blocked out almost every time. There you go, again, coming under the arm this time as opposed to around the side, but it's blocked out again by Ranvier.
Yeah, it's a line that's not getting her a whole lot of joy at the moment. She's probably suffering a kind of net loss on attempts there, and yeah, worth changing out with a few more variations, I think.
2 beats of the blade. The second one was from Ranvier, and Erigo calls for a video appeal. Fencers get 2 shots at a review on video. If their review is upheld, they keep their 2 chances going to review. And here we get a review, Sean.
Now both fencers looking for the blade, but Ranvier making the aggressive action as her attack.
Villemada comes back out onto the field of play and sticks with that decision. There is the referee.
A bit of a gap opening up here, and as always with an Ariana Erigo fight, it's not taking long to happen.
Yeah, but Ranvier is just as much a part of that. She came out of the blocks fast as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, both fencers have to want to play along with that approach to the fight.
Yeah. So that's given us prise de feu for Erigo, and this time it's Ranvier who calls for the video review. Some of those angles aren't conclusive, but it is given as off target. The referee sticks with his decision. So both of them are down to 1 video appeal now.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that either video review was a great idea at the time, and it's not worked out, so they're down to 1 apiece.
First attack is no from Ranvier. She just falls short. Oh, now Erigo complains that she starts the attack, and it's just that Ranvier dives in. So Erigo on her second video appeal here. If she doesn't get this, she'll have no videos left.
Yeah, it is a risk. Still, when there's a lot of fight to go, you don't want to burn all your video reviews too early.
Wow.
But I think she may have a case here. We'll see what the referees think once they've had a look at the replay.
Just the arm didn't come out all the way. It was a bit of a circular cease that she went for, and then Ranvier dived in, got the attack. So Errigo is without a video appeal now, and she is 12-7 down against the world number 33 in the semi-final of the women's foil at the World Fencing Championships.
Fantastic performance from Ranvier so far, and a lot of this now is going to be how she keeps her nerve to the finish.
She is keeping her nerve. She's just gone another point ahead here, just 2 away. This is a phenomenal day for Pauline Ranvier. That attack goes through. That's gritty stuff from Errigo, but she cannot afford to make any mistakes now, can she, Sean?
Yeah, there's no margin for error at all. It's this late stage in the fight, and with a big deficit, she's got to get it all right from here on in.
Parry-riposte fails initially for Ranvier, and Errigo has got another one. One riposte allowed.
Yep. Takes the parry, has a good long think about it, trying to find the target as Ranvier disappears off the side of the piece, but she lands it. Take the gap down to 3 hits.
French coach saying, move on, let's just forget about that one. She's not landing these attacks anymore. All of a sudden, the wind has changed direction, and all the momentum is with the Italian.
Yeah, Errigo on a roll, and Ranvier's nerves must be absolutely jangling now.
That was given as attack into preparation from Pauline Ranvier. It was off target, so no hit. But Errigo needs to think about that one off the line. Elects to go for finding the blade this time.
Yeah, doesn't land with the riposte, but gets the remise in. Take it down to a single hit deficit now.
There you go, Sean called it. Missed the first one. It's that second one, the second attempt, the remise as it's called, that lands. The replays are brilliant at describing this sport, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, worth 1,000 of our words.
Speak for yourself.
Fair enough.
Another attack from Errigo fails, and the remise failed. It was a third bite of the cherry.
Yeah, didn't hit with the attack, didn't hit with the counter parry riposte, but does hit with the remise, and she's level.
Oh, wow, what a match this is. Ranvier not quite ready. Fair enough, fair enough. Errigo goes back to the line. She's a little bit unhappy, but she then acknowledges that, okay, you weren't ready, I can get that.
Yeah, she senses blood, and she wants to go after Ranvier now.
Oh, attack to right.
Fantastic hit from Ranvier under enormous pressure. A beautifully timed feint disengage on Errigo's preparation.
It's the first step off the line for me that's doing it for Ranvier. When she's in the middle, this first step, she's going eyes open and seeing what Errigo's doing and quickly making a decision.
Yeah, perfect time for her to produce that hit as well.
Oh, what an amazing hit there. It was a form of stop hit that's taken Ranvier to a 15-13 win against Ariana Errigo. Pauline Ranvier is in the final of the World Championships of 2019. Sean, what a match that was.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic performance from Pauline Ranvier. Got her tactics absolutely spot on, kept the pressure on Errigo, didn't allow her herself to be driven to the back of the piece too often, kept things in the middle, made things hard for Errigo. Even when Errigo got on a roll, got a run of hits, got herself level, she kept her nerve and produced a couple of stunning hits to finish things off.
And there we have it, confirmation. Pauline Ranvier of France beats Ariana Errigo of Italy 15-13 in the women's foil semi-final number 1 here at the 2019 Fencing World Championships. It was an incredible match here in the Boc Arena to start the women's foil medal matches. Pauline Ronvier, unfancied coming into the tournament, ranked number 33 in the world, showed some signs early this season of coming into great form. She's proven that that was not a blip. She is going to go on to fight for gold in the women's foil at these World Championships.
We still have a few more minutes before the second semi-final comes for the ladies.
Well, what a start for these guys here in the arena to witness that tremendous match. As you said, Sean, Ronvier started with great intent.
Yes, I mean, she got it absolutely spot on. I mean, clearly she would have talked a lot with her coach about what the plan was for this fight. Erica's a well-known fencer. Everyone understands what her fencing consists of, and they drew up the plan and executed it pretty well, perfectly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our dance camp.
Well, a little bit of crowd entertainment here. Yeah, as you say, the execution of the plan was the key thing, but what's really impressive about Ronvier is up against someone who's just, got a stunning record, 21 Grand Prix medals, 32 World Cup medals, 7 World Championship medals, including those 2 gold medals in 2013 in Budapest and 2016 in Kazan, 6 zonal medals, London 2012 Olympic silver medalist. When she fought back from, 13-8 down, 13-9 down, maybe even more.
Yeah, 13-8 certainly. It was a big gap.
She came back and got to 13-all. To hold your nerve together when someone who has got that kind of record and you're kind of at the beginning of building your record, that was impressive.
Yeah, it was. I mean, she was a real cool head, and she must, if she's human at all, be feeling the pressure when Erica drew level at 13 apiece. But a couple of really smart hits to finish it with. Beautiful attack to take the 14th one, and that sort of remise stop hit, breaking the distance after her initial attack failed. Glorious way to finish, and a fantastic win.
A really great win. Pauline Ronvier takes out Ariana Errigo 15-13 to go on to fight for gold here in Budapest. The music is pumping here in the Bock Arena. They're doing something called dance cam here. Basically, there's a couple of big screens in the arena, and if you spot yourself on the big screen, the job is to dance. I certainly hope they don't point the camera at you and me, Sean.
If it does happen, I will hide behind the computer screen or dive under the desk. Nobody needs to see me dancing.
Fabulous atmosphere here. Everyone getting involved, and the Hungarians have been absolutely fabulous hosts.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, they're a country with a rich history of fencing. They do love the sport. The atmosphere has been brilliant in the arena in the finals, and it's been a joy to watch and be part of.
It's been fantastic, and I'm particularly impressed by the big screen that goes all the way around this arena. They've used it so well for effect, and then kept it stationary during the fencing.
Yeah, it's been used wisely. It's not been overused, I think, would be. I mean, this sort of thing that was beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a wall, but it looks fantastic.
Well, you can see how packed it is here. Everyone really enjoying these championships. Good spread of age groups here as well. Lots of young kids having a go at fencing. They've got kind of like a fencing have a go session going on in the corridors here. Some of the Russian contingent, actually part of the team, getting involved in the dancing, but they are waiting, of course, for the world number 2 and Mrs. Consistency, I should call her, in Derek Glazova. She's won 6 of the 8 ranking tournaments this season, and she is going for gold here for sure.
Yeah, very much so. World champion in 2015 and 2017, and Olympic champion in 2016 in Rio. Knocked out in the quarterfinals last year. It was a little bit of a surprise because she had almost as impressive and consistent a season last year. This year she's been all over it, and should we want to add another world title to our collection.
She's got a little bit of a problem in her way, though.
Yeah, big problem.
Italian Elisa Di Francesca, who's back from a period of a sabbatical, I suppose you could call it. I don't think everyone was 100% sure she was coming back. She had a baby after the Rio Olympics, but she did come back, and boy, what a start she had when she did come back. She won her very first tournament on her return.
Yeah, she did. It's I mean, a 3-year absence following the Olympics. Took some time out, became a mum atleta. The Italian term for
very good. Va bene, va bene.
And yeah, I made a return at the beginning of the season, and came back all guns blazing with a win in her first event.
Algiers World Cup right at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and had a decently consistent season for the rest of it, and then big win at the European Championships, beating Derek in the final pretty convincingly as well.
15-8.
Proper dismantling.
Yeah, 15-8. I don't think I've seen Derek Latsova go down so easily as in Dusseldorf just a few weeks back. Not too far away from here. We were in the beautiful city of Dusseldorf, and they put on a great European Championships. But that fight was probably one of the standout matches of the entire tournament.
Yeah, I mean, really, almost any time Derek doesn't win, it's a surprise and worthy of a lot of comment, and certainly the style with which Di Francesca did it makes this a really intriguing fight.
Hölgyeim és uraim, következik akkor a megítőn egyéni verseny második elődöntője. Két olimpiai bajnok várja, hogy a levele hangozó. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
So here we go. It's time for the women's foil individual semi-final number 2 here at the 2019 Fencing World Championships. It is a massive lineup. Elisa Di Francesca from Italy. She's 36 years old. She's climbed up the world rankings to world number 3, and she goes up against Ina Derek-Latsova. It's time for the women's foil individual semi-final number 2. Derek-Latsova will be on the left. She's won 6 of the 8 ranking tournaments this season. Di Francesca will be on the right. She came back after 3 years out, having had a baby, won her first World Cup in Algiers, and then has just taken the European title, and she's up to world number 5. Derek-Latsova is the world number 2 coming into this tournament. There is the Russian. Steely eyes, I'm told, is a rough translation for Derek-Latsova. Fitting, hey?
I think that is, yeah. She does come across as the ice maiden of women's foil to some degree. A fantastic fencer, but does seem almost nerveless. She produces a win so often. It requires a kind of mental strength that very, very few fencers have, and her record over recent years is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, she's great, and she's up against someone, though, who is not at all scared of her. There is Elisa Di Francesca. You're watching foil. It's a point weapon. The torso is the target. Everything bar the arms, legs, and head. The idea is to get the right of way. If you're being attacked, you've got to defend yourself using distance or the blade. The second semi-final of the women's foil of the 2019 World Championships is underway. Now, neither of these fencers are massively going to come out of the blocks like we saw in the previous semi-final. They are taking their time. They'll feel each other out. Of course, they know each other very well, having met 15 times.
Yeah, they're both a little more considered and thoughtful in how they set their hits up. Both have got a good range of attack and defensive options, so they're neither one particularly favours one approach over the other. So it's a real interesting balance to see who can impose their game on the other one.
Yeah, they're going to grind it out in the middle by the looks of things to start with. I think the key thing here is that one fencer is not going to want to let the other one get away too early in the match.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can throw your fight away if you get tactics wrong at the start. and you want to give yourself every time to see, as much time as possible to see what your opponent has. Even with two fences like this who are very familiar with each other.
Just hanging out of distance, aren't they?
Yeah, both having a bit of a look. Either fully committing to the hit.
No, they're not, and they're both of them finishing their attacks just with a lunge. Just one more step and you get close enough, certainly, to hit. But I'm surprised how close the distance is right at the beginning of the match. They're just outside lunging distance.
Yeah, it's very, very short. It's a kind of nerve-shredding distance to fence at.
It's a nerve-shredding one to commentate on. You don't know what's coming next. Do you think a closer distance favours either of them, or is it negating what the other one can do?
I think there's a bit of both. I mean, both fencers are confident in the technique. They can handle things when they're that close to their opponent. And I think it's almost a hitting a sort of pride about it. You don't want to be the one that says, I'm not comfortable here and I'm going to step back.
And both do have and can build very nice long attacks. So if you keep the distance short, that does stop that from happening. Picks up the blade, Di Francesca, but it can't land the riposte. Andrea Cipressa, the head of the Italian foil program, in the box for Di Francesca.
Yeah, that shows the kind of the risk that, well, either fencer runs, in this case Di Francesca, in letting the distance open a little bit and give the opponent room to set things up on their attack.
Now that was a counter-attack from Di Francesca, so it's she doesn't have the right of way. If your opponent hits you, they're going to score the point, or in that case, get the off-target light. Foil, the only weapon where you get white lights. If you hit off-target and you have the right of way, the fight just starts from where that hit landed.
Nice attack from Derogazova. Despite that short distance, finding room to move the point, make a compound attack.
There's Avyatov, the Russian coach, looking on, congratulating his charge for that, and that is a beautiful beat attack. So now they're both going into the middle, and one of them is coming out with something almost immediately. Early days here, but Derogazova has got a hold at the start, just a two-hit lead.
It does feel that the fight's changed a little bit since the early stage when they were both happy to maintain that sort of super short distance. They're still not miles apart, but Derogazova willing to mix up the footwork a little more, change the rhythm of things. Getting picked off there with the counter attack from Di Francesca, but it looks like a slightly less nerve shredding, but more rich and varied part of the fight now.
There's a little bit more creation from Di Francesca. You watch those. I mean, they've both got beautiful footwork.
Yeah, I mean, contrasting footwork, the sort of a rhythmic style of Italian footwork from Di Francesca, a little more fluency perhaps from Derogazova, but both hugely effective in how they use their footwork to set the hits up.
And the variety in the footwork, you know, it's not just step forwards and step backwards and throwing a couple of lunges. They're dancing on the piste.
Yeah, you've got change of the size of step, change of the rhythm, moving them backwards and forwards, little half steps, back foot moving first, all the sort of variations you can throw together to set up an opportunity to hit and disrupt the opponent.
And that was set up beautifully. This time it was actually Di Francesca, who just stepped in, stopped. That was a lure to get Deroglatsova to come in on the attack, and then a closing counter. They're level on points, and we are coming to the end of enthralling first period of the women's foil semi-final here at these World Championships. The fencers will back away and go to speak to their coaches. Okay, so Sean, can you see anything from that fight that suggests that one fencer has got a better idea what to do when they come back out?
No, I mean the score totally reflects how the fight is.
Exactly.
Both fencers are battling to find a way to break their opponent, something that will give them their golden ticket to the final. And I think we're still in the early stages of that. It's only 4-all. The first period is finished, and both of them are still looking for the answer.
What on earth was Di Francesca drinking there? She chose to drink it, but she didn't like it, clearly. So you get some of these beautiful replays.
It did look like the most incredibly powerful espresso you've ever seen.
There you see the closing counter that leveled things up. Get a couple of angles of that. So it's not your right of way when you do that counter attack. But if you don't get hit, and there's only one light on the box, the referee can only give it one way. So here we go. It's the start of the second period of this enthralling women's foil semi-final. Ina Deroglatsova of Russia is on the left. Elisa Di Francesca of Italy on the right. Well, Kelly Kohler going to have a look at the video of her own volition here. Ilda Mavlyatov takes the opportunity to have words with Deroglatsova there. We get another little replay. So Di Francesca did beat the blade. She certainly did beat the blade, but did she start her attack early enough after the beat?
Yeah, Deroglatsova clearly doesn't think so, but even watching it in the replay, that doesn't look like one that's going to change for me.
You may be right. Kelly Kohler there on the right, looking at the video with Florin Jorge. The Romanian is on video duties for this match. Oh, it has been changed. And Andrea Cipressa, the coach for Di Francesca, is furious. There he is. He is not happy about that at all. He goes back to the box. Every now and again, you're going to be unhappy as a coach for sure, but he doesn't usually show emotion this early in a fight. That's clear. No complaints from anyone there. Beautiful car para riposte.
Yeah, really sharp. Di Francesca going for the attack again, and again being parried by Deroglatsova, missing with the riposte this time, and Di Francesca in with the renewal.
Yeah, a bit of body evasion there, leaning forwards. As long as you keep your head up, your chin up, then that's all right. So your first attack is no from the Russian, and all of a sudden, Di Francesca's back on level terms.
Yeah, obviously the overturned hit in the video review, something she wasn't hugely happy about. She made what seemed a sort of poorly judged decision to make an attack, and suddenly she was a couple of hits down, but she's got herself together again, and we're back to level, and still no clear on who's going to take the win. It is a properly tough one to call.
6 apiece, second period of this women's foil semi-final, and there is just no way to separate these two at the moment. One light on the box for the Russian. She sneaks back into the lead. Oh, and that's a miss from Di Francesca. That's a bit of a freebie. Ilda Mavlyotov getting excited, but I think that was a bit of a gift.
Yeah, it was. It's a bit of inefficiency from Di Francesca, and it's cost her with a hit.
And she's missed again. Fortunately for her, Derevyagletsova could only land it off target. Di Francesca having her weapon checked, and she's actually going to hand it in and surrender it to Kelly Kohler, the referee. So the bag man comes out, and she will pull something else out of the bag. Of course, it will be another foil, but it's a different one.
It's not going to be a rabbit.
So she's just having a feel of it, make sure it's the one that she wants. I think this is as much about a reset than it is about changing the weapon.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, but there was a couple of hits in a row there where one where I'm pretty certain she absolutely missed. The second one, yeah, a little bit more doubtful. And if you don't trust your weapon to work reliably, it's time to change.
Yeah, confidence is going to be damaged if you don't think the weapon's working. So yes, back underway though. Just coming forward, your arm up in the air like that is okay if you're out of distance. Jump into distance, Derevyagletsova is going to punish you.
Yeah, just getting a little too close and not in a position to finish your attack off.
Again, same thing. Di Francesca's picked the right distance for this hit.
Yeah, with that one, a big slightly clumsy step, which Derevyagletsova spots, and she dives in there again.
Yeah, Derevyagletsova seeing the moment that she can dive in when Di Francesca's just made an error of getting too close with the sword up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, with that one you saw that Derevyagletsova made the hit before Di Francesca's front foot had hit the ground. So that's brilliant timing, but also suggests that there's a problem with the Di Francesca step there, and makes it vulnerable.
I think the referee has awarded that hit to Elisa Di Francesca, and she started complaining.
Yeah, I think she misunderstood what was coming up there. I think she was expecting the worst, but not happy about it. And it turns out the referee was quite happy with that being a Di Francesca attack.
And Derevyagletsova unhappy about it and calls for a video replay. And Derevyagletsova in a debate with Kelly Kohler.
Yeah, asking the question but not calling for a review. So I think looking for maybe a bit of clarification.
So just under 2 minutes left in this second period of the women's foil semi-final between Derevyagletsova of Russia and Di Francesca of Italy. The Italian having to find a way to get back into this fight. She picks up the blade this time, gets the attack, and now Derevyagletsova calls for a video. This is very, very similar to the one before, which she gave to Derevyagletsova on the review, but there is very little time between the beat and the hit this time from Di Francesca.
My first feeling actually on this one was that this will be overturned. First time round, I wasn't convinced. This one, yeah, my feeling is that Derevygletsova's got the time even more spot on than she did first time round.
Okay, well, let's see. Is it going to be...
See, I don't want to get two in a row.
Is it going to be 11-7 or is it going to be 10-8? Because that is a big difference at this stage. They are having a good old look at it, the referees. Kelly Kohler comes back to the piece. And the decision is... an abstention.
Can't call it.
You've got to love the drama created here. Di Francesca unhappy, but trying to relax herself off before coming back to fencing and fighting. 10-7 down, the Italian. The last time these two met was in Dusseldorf at the European Championships, where Elisa Di Francesca won 15-8. In fact, the record between these two, they've fenced 15 times, and Di Francesca has a 10-5 head-to-head record against her.
Yeah, it seems quite one-sided at 10-5, but the first 5 of those all went Di Francesca's way. So the last 10, they're level pegging, including one each this season.
Fencing stato, Sean Walton in the box with me. Those two decisions on video turned over seem to have fired Di Francesca up, and she is screaming up to the crowd. I'll tell you why she's turning that way and screaming. She's got this man in a box. What a great guy to have, Andrea Cipressa, but it's Giovanna Trellini up in the stands on the far side of the piece that she's screaming towards. Trellini, one of the most decorated fencers of all time, a superstar in Italy as well, now coaching in the program.
Yeah, I mean, she has an individual record as an athlete that's very similar to Di Francesca's, in fact. Hugely impressive, and the work that she does in the Italian Federation now, hugely influential. Continuing that sort of legacy of amazing women's foilists in Italy.
Mm. And there's such a rich history in the Italian fencing, and that's an attack from the Russian, though, that a lot of their ex-fencers, their ex-top fencers, do end up in the program coaching.
Yeah, it's you'll see a lot of familiar faces. Andrea Cipressa was a superstar of the
Yes.
Italian team when I was a young fencer.
Tarantino now involved in the coaching of the Sabre program at junior level in Italy. Also a superstar himself. Well, this is not done yet. 15 seconds left in this period, and that attack doesn't actually make it through, I don't think, in the first case, but whatever, a single light on the box. Will Di Francesca go for another one, do you think, in the last 14 seconds here?
It's not impossible, but I would think get it down to a couple of hits.
No, she says, that's not enough, I need more. Counter riposte off target, though. That is a beauty. She set that one up. It felt like she was pulling Derek Latsova in on a piece of string there.
Yeah, it was a piece of mind control. It's yeah, beautifully set up from Di Francesca. Do we have time for another?
Oh, come on. It's got to finish 12-12 in this period. It's not going to. It's 12-11 to Derek Latsova. The Russian still leading, but Di Francesca has had one heck of a fight back. Sean, this is incredible, right?
Oh, it's a fantastic fight. I mean, certainly now with Pauline Ronvier waiting for them in the final,
Yeah.
this feels a little like a final before a final.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff. We saw this young athlete here taking a bit of a dominant stance in that second period, only for Di Francesca to get riled by a couple of video calls that went against her and got herself right back in this, as much with anger than with skill.
Yeah, I mean, anger's not usually seen as a useful feature in sport, but if you can channel it right, as Di Francesca has done here, then if that's what works for you, then use it.
Well, that was the reaction from Di Francesca for the call going against her, the second call going against her. We're going into the final period, the final 3 minutes here in the Women's Foil World Championship semi-final between Elisa Di Francesca here And down at the other end of the piece, Ina Deroglatsova. The returning Di Francesca has won 2 events this season. Deroglatsova's had the season of her career with 6 out of 8 ranking tournament wins. Nothing between them. It's time to decide who is going to the gold medal match here in Budapest. Another call that has created problems with the blood pressure in the Italian camp. A video call immediately from Elisa Di Francesca. Your thoughts, Sean?
My feeling was it was Di Francesca's attack, and it certainly was a very emotive video review request.
This could be a very, very big call. It's not going to be a hit for Deroglatsova, that's for sure, but it's whether it's being given for Di Francesca, and will she level up in a topsy-turvy battle between the Russian and Italian. Just when Deroglatsova, twice in the fight, Deroglatsova's got up into the lead. Twice, Di Francesca's fought back. A big review here.
Yeah, they're having a really good look. There is a lot riding on this one. You do feel that Di Francesca can draw level with this video review.
Well, I can tell you what, just to add to it, now we get a picture of the faces. Florin Jorge there on the left and Kelly Kohler on the right. The guy with the headphones on, Tobias Müller, he is the gentleman at Tissot that is in charge of the video replay system. That's the laptop in front of them. And actually what happened was the first replay laptop broke down. Fortunately, they had a bit of contingency in the system and they got a second one up and running. We get a replay there, a little bit inconclusive from so close, but Kelly Kohler is back up to give her decision. Which way is this one going to go? It's given to Elisa Di Francesca. We are level at 12 apiece. Sean?
It's a good call.
You got it right. The coaches look on. Oh, it's another parry riposte from
Fantastic
Elisa Di Francesca. She's just got into the lead for the first time since the very first period.
Yeah, there's no point being ahead until the finish, and she may have timed her run perfectly here.
And now it's Deroglatsova's turn to hand in her weapon. Now, if you didn't think the first time that their weapon was exchanged by Di Francesca was resetting, what about this one, Sean?
This one has more of a feel of give myself a few seconds here just to clear my head after a video review that's gone against me and then being picked off with a tremendous counter parry riposte.
So Di Francesca's just taken the lead for the first time since the very beginning of the fight. She's had to fight back twice from behind, but she's now 2 away from making the gold medal match here at the Women's Foil Fencing World Championships. Parry riposte fails, things get wrapped up, and I think now there is going to be an appeal, and it's Cipressa out of his box again, trying to appeal to the assistant referee on the sidelines, who happens to be Villamada, for the ducking of the head, and I think that video replay shows that the correct decision was made. She kept her chin up, Deroglatsova, and we're all level again.
Yeah, you get the feeling there's still a lot of action to come in this fight.
Oh, and Deroglatsova's got back into the lead. She held her nerve in close distance, and now she's 1 away from making the gold medal. Who is going to go up against Pauline Ranvier for this year's World Championship title? Di Francesca going in, closing distance. The referee calls halt, body to body. I cannot see. She's given this to Ina Deroglatsova. Of course there will be a video appeal. Sean, your thoughts?
It looks right to me. Deroglatsova made the start. I think Di Francesco was just a little late, a little reactive. It's a very quick look at the video review. And the hit stands, Derek takes the win. What a fight.
Brilliant stuff there. What a fight indeed. Derek takes it 15-13 and makes it through to the gold medal match. There is confirmation of our winner, who gets a hug from Ildar Madliatoft. He will be a happy coach. Derek will go on to fence Pauline Ranvier for the 2019 Women's Foil World Championship title. It was a spirited fight back by the Italian on 2 occasions, but in the end, Derek was just wily enough to snatch the last couple of hits, and there is confirmation of the score. A 15-13 win for Ina Derek means that she will go for gold later on here in Budapest. Well, that is really, really something special, Sean.
Yeah, 2 very, very cool hits to finish with.
And I think
staying calm, getting the remise in at close quarters, and then picking that moment to finish the attack.
And I think you said it, that it was like a final before a final. That was worthy of a gold medal match.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's worthy of a final anywhere, in any age, on any stage.
Fabulous. I tell you what, if you're going to bring me this kind of fencing to talk about, you're welcome back to the commentary box anytime you like.
I can't guarantee it, but I would love to believe so.
Well, there it is. Ina Derek in a beautiful match, one that will be watched again and again, goes through against Elisa Di Francesca. Sean, thank you very much. Come back, because we've got a gold medal match to talk about.
I'm looking forward to it already.
Sean Walton there, giving us his expert opinion.